Hi, how's it going? I'm going to jump on here and do a quick explanation of ketones. Is that shirt cool or what? It pretty much says it all. Anyways, if you're in here, somebody invited you because they think that you will probably benefit from drinking ketones. So a lot of people think this is the keto diet, and my goal here is to show you it's not the keto diet. So if you're here to burn fat, right? If your goal is to lose fat, then listen, because I'm going to help you at least out of the gate. Remember this, the keto diet was designed for pediatric epilepsy patients, children with seizures. When they're in ketosis, they seize far less, right? So that's what it was designed for. These ketones were designed for the Department of Defense and NASA to keep our soldiers from going into seizures while diving, okay? That's why this was created. So if people are gonna be doing the keto diet, that's one thing. If people are gonna drink ketones, that's another. Because if we have fat to lose on our body, we don't need to go out of our way to eat extra fat, because we're gonna use our body fat to create the ketones, okay? So a lot of people, they start drinking ketones and they start eating towards keto, and it becomes counterproductive. So out of the gate, all we're gonna do is use ketones to consume less calories and create an eating window, right? So my goal when I help people start this journey is to start something that is sustainable, right? The reason that this community continues to grow and it doesn't disappear is our results it becomes a lifestyle. There's no yo-yo, there's no I gained 20 pounds back unless we're getting silly. I mean, I gained a bunch of weight back, but I was eating like a jerk, period, end of story. So then if you just use ketones to control those eating windows, then you can just start there. So out of the gate, like the 10-day challenge and they come with nat, right? There's just a bazillion different flavors, caffeine and caffeine free. The only difference is one of them has about as much caffeine as a soda. And the only reason that caffeine is there is to help with absorption. So this isn't gonna geek you out. If you're a 5 energy drink day a person, like, let's talk, because the caffeine in here might not be enough to wean you off. Some people will go, well, I tried ketones and they didn't work. If you're running off stimulants all day, we have to wean yourself down. Trust me, I've ran off every stimulant created in the world, and I now just run off this. So if the average bear can just wake up in the morning, get hydrated, drink the caffeinated version, then don't eat until you're hungry. That'll put the average bear to 11 or 12. And then when you eat, try to prioritize protein, cut the nonsense carbs, obviously. But out of the gate, the goal is just to create an eating window. So like noon to 8 p.m. If you just eat between there, then we can start working on what you're eating and doing all that. So the ketones are really good for one, on demand. When you're getting ready to leave work and you're like, I'm gonna go slay a McChicken on the way home, and you start getting all these weird ideas, drink one of these, those weird ideas will go away. When you're grumpy, when you're dragging arse, when whatever, right? You can use these on demand. I use the Keto Ups, the Mexican ketones, and the Keto Kick. This technology puts you in ketosis within 5 to 10 minutes. When you drink this, your body starts absorbing it in your mouth, and then you're literally in ketosis like this. So like before the gym, before I have a meeting, before I want to be on my A game, I use one of those 3 products. These, we usually say about an hour. Shh, cállate. These ones take about an hour on an empty stomach. If you're testing your blood, you can be in ketosis within half hour, 45 minutes. So these are good to create a baseline. Drink 1 or 2 nat a day to be running on ketones most of the day. And then when you eat, do the best you can. My biggest tip is this: think of your calories in a week. By the way, there's 219 new people in this group. or 219 new customers, 52 new customers or promoters. So welcome. And hopefully this information is good enough for you to tag some people in. But just remember, these are good to create a baseline during the day. And then the other ones are just like, sometimes I only drink 2 of these a day. 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. Sometimes I drink 1 of these in the morning. I'll do a Mexican ketone with some creatine before the gym. You know, and then I'll have a ketone later. So some days I'll have 3. And what ends up happening is, as you start getting good results, just you as a customer, people around you are going to be like, okay, man, I've watched you. I mean, I've done this for almost 5 years. Everybody who has watched me is now drinking ketones, or they're acting silly and they can't justify it yet. So I promise you, if you just lean into this and kind of become a product of the product, even just as a customer, we could bury you in free product. It's just how we do it. So use the ketones as a tool to create compliance for the things you should be doing anyways, okay? You don't have to go out of your way to eat extra fat if we want to burn fat. And remember, the caloric intake is something we want to watch, even more than the carbs, especially out of the gate. Give yourself grace. This is a completely different way of doing it. And remember that there's a ton of us who do this full time. So ask a lot of questions and tag some people in this if you think this helped. And I appreciate you. Peace.